Hello everyone, this is Ashley Jamerson coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, and today I want to talk to my future home sellers about getting your home pre-inspected and pre-appraised prior to us putting it on the market. First and foremost, I know what you're thinking. Ashley, isn't your job as my real estate agent to list and market my home, to sell my home, to price my home? And technically, yeah, that is my job. However, there are some things that can sometimes get in the way of pricing your home correctly, and we're going to tackle those in this video. But first and foremost, a pre-inspection will lift such a weight off of your shoulders. If you have been a little lax in maintaining your home, you may not have had the HVAC serviced. When you purchased the home 10 years ago, it sort of kind of needed a new roof. You never got around to it. Your windows are more like guillotines and they fall whenever you try to lift them. A pre-inspection will give you so much peace, because unlike when a buyer does their home inspection, when you do the home inspection, you get that full report and you will have plenty of time to get those items fixed. And as a buyer's agent, when I walk into a home with a buyer, I sort of kind of have to bring them back down to reality and remind them that a broken window sill does not cost thousands of dollars, or wood rot is not that big of a deal as long as you take care of it. You repair it, you paint it, you seal it against the elements, but it's not the end of the world. So if you get your home pre-inspected, you can take care of all of the things that might scare away first-time buyers. They're the most skittish, but any buyer really. Also, when you get your home pre-inspected, you can list your home at the top of the market, meaning that you have fixed everything, you are very upfront about any remaining issues, and you can list your property with confidence and at a great price. So since we're on the topic of price, let's talk about a pre-appraisal. Of course, I will pull up the facts, also known as comparable properties. I have full access to homes that have sold that are similar to most of my listings, and I say most because every now and then you have a very unique property in a very unique location, and that's when an appraisal is super duper important. But the pre-appraisal will help you be realistic as a seller. I have had sellers in the past to think that their home is worth like $50,000 more than what the market is saying their home is worth. And I know that your home is beautiful, it's move-in ready, you've made many updates slash upgrades, and there is a difference to your property. However, the market is really what determines the price of your home, and then the buyer determines if they want to purchase your home at that market price. So even though you may want to list your house way up here, the likelihood of a buyer paying more than market is very slim in most markets here in the Charlotte area. A pre-appraisal also helps us price your home correctly the first time. The last thing you want to do is list your home high and then work your way down to what you really know that the house is worth. If you have an appraiser come in and give you comps and make the proper adjustments to the the current market, the current comparables, also known as facts, you will be able to price your home correctly, and that means you'll be able to sell your home more quickly and move on to your next home. There is something to be said about going into negotiations with a lot of confidence. If you've had your home pre-inspected and pre-appraised, you not only know that your home is worth what you are listing it for, but you also know that your transaction or the deal is less likely to fall through since you've already had the major things inspected. Basically, the only thing that would make a home fall out of contract once your home is pre-inspected and pre-appraised is if the buyer's financing falls through. So when do I recommend that a seller gets their home pre-inspected or pre-appraised? I basically have 4 criteria. If you purchased your home more than 10 years ago, it is very important to get your home appraised. The value of the neighborhood, the value of the location, schools have possibly changed, expectations of the upgrades within the home is really taken into consideration. And sometimes people move into a home and they don't do anything, they just live in the home, they become comfortable, because they're home. So if you have lived in your house for more than 10 years, I always recommend that you get your home pre-appraised. If there aren't many comparables again are homes that have sold in the area that are similar to yours. If there aren't many comparables in your neighborhood, like people are just coming there and staying, which is nice because you have very stable neighbors, but bad for you if you don't have many comparables. So if I pull up, you know, my CMA and I'm completing my CMA and I don't see a lot of anything, then I would highly suggest getting a pre-appraisal done. If you really haven't done a lot of maintenance to your home, I also suggest that you get a pre-appraisal done. Now, it could be like a common thing around the neighborhood that no one is updating their HVACs and updating their roofs and things like that. But if you have been really slack on maintaining your lot, lot is your land, your yard, and things like that, or upgrading your home, then I would suggest getting your home pre-inspected and pre-appraised. If your home is unique, I definitely suggest you get an appraisal. I had a client one time who was a general contractor, and his home had marble floors, wood features, additions, like really high-end finishes, in a neighborhood that really couldn't support those finishes. So like a ton of adjustments had to be made before we listed the property, and honestly I couldn't really find any comparables within a 3-mile radius. It was very, very difficult, and so I did want to get a professional in there just to make sure that we listed the house properly. And once we got that appraiser in there to make sure that our price was correct, the house sold very quickly. So that is a really big stamp of approval on appraisals. If you want top market price, you must get your home pre-inspected and pre-appraised, because I'm not saying, you know, a higher price than market, I'm saying top market. So if you get your appraisal back and your inspection back and it's listing a few dings on there, those are things if you have the budget that you can fix. However, if you don't have the budget to fix those items, then you will at least know what the future buyer will also see during their inspection and their appraisal, so you won't be shocked and surprised. And again, you want to make a very smooth transaction. You don't want to be thrown for a loop. You don't want to be under contract for your next home and then the deal for your home falls through. So make sure that you get your home pre-inspected and pre-appraised, just so you have an idea of what's going on and you can just keep everything moving smoothly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, all of my contact information is below, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about selling your Charlotte area home. Talk to you soon. Bye.